We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. Hundreds of Filipinos affected by the onslaught of Typhoon Florita are safely staying at the evacuation centers. Mark Timbal of the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council said that as of 4 p.m. today, about 543 individuals were preemptively evacuated in Region 2 and the Cordilleras. He said security measures are already in place as early as Sunday to minimize the effect of the typhoon. Timbal said about 480,000 units of family food packs are on standby and ready for distribution, while a standby fund of 800 million pesos have also been prepared. Evacuation centers had also been set up, taking measures to keep those in the shelter safe as they provide face masks and health monitoring.
Nung Sunday, Sir Aljo, nagsimula po ng ang ating malawakang paghahanda, no, para kay Bagyong Florita. Noong naging bagyo siya, kaagad po nagpatawag ang ating NDRRMC ng pulong para po maipaalala sa lahat ng local government units, mga national government agencies and regional disaster councils yung mga karampatang paghahanda po para sa bagyo ng ganitong proportions. Ating pong tinututukan yung mga areas po na landslide prone at flood prone dito po sa mga area na tatahakin itong bagyo dyan sa North Luzon. Kung matatandaan po natin, a lot of those areas po na binabagyo ngayon ay niyanig po ng earthquake, nitong nakalipas na Abra earthquake, at mataas po ang tsansa ng pagguho ng lupa dyan sa mga areas na yan, lalo na po din sa ating kabundukan. Kaya po yung ating pinaalala sa ating mga kasamahan po na disaster managers and LGUs, yung pagsasagawa po ng maagap na evacuation activities, yung pag-inventaryo sa mga relief items na kakailanganin, pati po yung pagpreposisyon ng mga kakailanganing kagamitan, mga search and rescue teams, and road clearing operations, equipment and personnel dyan po sa mga area na yan. Sir Aljo, as of this time po, ang ating family food packs na ready for deployment para pantulong sa local government units natin sa kanilang operations ay nasa 480,000 pieces pa units na pwede natin gamitin, at meron pa po tayo more than 800 million pesos of standby funding na pwede nating maipantulong.
Meanwhile, President Bongbong Marcos orders the Department of the Interior and local government to identify more evacuation sites amid the onslaught of severe tropical storm Florita. In a press briefing, Interior Secretary Benhar Abalos said the President wants to ensure that the situation is being closely monitored in cooperation with the local government on the ground.
Kanina ho, galing kami sa cabinet meeting. Ito nga ang binili niya. So in short, talagang naka-monitor, naka-identify na po ang mga evacuation centers dito. And just like Secretary of DSWD, we are in constant touch with our local government unit partners, no, na nasa baba po. Lahat naman po ito, may in place na po itong mga gagawin po rito. Of course, andyan na yung pagkain, andyan na yung tubig, lahat po iyan, no, nakahanda na rin.
Fishermen in San Jose de Buenavista in Antique who tried their luck for a catch had to go back because of the inclement weather. The Philippine Coast Guard canceled their trips due to the strong to gale force winds associated with severe tropical storm Florita. Those who are in the upland areas are also advised to take extra precaution due to possible landslides. So far, no major roads are affected by the typhoon. The Marcos administration maintains that food security is its priority amid the sugar importation issue and inflation. At today's Senate inquiry on high sugar cost, Executive Secretary Vic Rodriguez stressed that President Bongbong Marcos wanted to ensure that food would be available to all and nobody would get hungry. He said they launched efforts to cushion the impact of inflation on ordinary Filipinos, including negotiations to cut sugar prices and operations to catch hoarders. Meanwhile, Rodriguez said Marcos instructed him to ensure that the controversial sugar order number 4 would have no force and effect. The palace official also asked resigned Agriculture Undersecretary Leocadio Sebastian and then Sugar Regulatory Administration Administrator Hermenegildo Serafica to explain how SO number 4 was approved. The local government of Marikina has raised the first alarm over Marikina River after its water level reached 15 meters as of 4:40 p.m. City authorities said all 8 floodgates at the river have been raised as the river's level continues to increase due to the non-stop rains brought by severe tropical storm Florita and the southwest monsoon. This means residents in nearby areas must prepare for a possible evacuation. The second alarm will be raised once the water level reaches 16 meters and the third alarm will be raised at 18 meters. Meanwhile, Marikina has prepared the evacuation centers in case the river overflows and floods happen. The Commission on Elections, or Comelec, says its preparations for the 2022 Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections are now 70% complete. Comelec Chairman George Erwin Garcia said preparation by the poll body is in full swing despite proposals to postpone the polls for the second time since May 2018. Aside from ironing out the guidelines, rules, and regulations of the barangay and SK elections, Garcia said the Comelec is already set to conduct its consultations with field personnel to promulgate the guidelines. He also ensured that ballots will be printed as soon as possible. Garcia reiterated that the postponement of the barangay and SK elections is not yet final without the consensus of the Senate and the House of Representatives. And that is the latest and the biggest stories from the PNA Newsroom. I am William Theo. Good evening, everyone.